I've been in advertising marketing for 40 plus years. Graduated with a degree in advertising from University of Oregon. Started my career in San Francisco at some very large international agencies. Fortunate enough to go back to Portland and start my own agency. We were named one of the best small agencies in the country, which was fantastic. Sold that about 12 years after starting it, then became CEO of the world's largest network of independent agencies. We had 100 agencies in 50 countries, so that was fantastic to do international business. And since then, been consulting and teaching. Mainly the brand course, brand equity course, which is fantastic. So I'm able to kind of leverage all the experience of working with Fortune 100, Fortune 50, and startup companies in terms of branding. So I have a pretty good handle on that. I'm probably having developed or restaged, well over 200 brands from Intel to the world's best-selling game, which was Magic the Gathering. So quite a range of experience. I'm a branding guy, I'm a marketing guy. So it's, and one thing in our branding class, we talk about personal branding, which is really exciting, and it's really helped me. So I've developed my own personal brand. It's really easy. It's just, my brand is to help others succeed. And that's why teaching satisfies me. It gives me my juice. I'm able to pass along what I've learned from branding and marketing and help others succeed in their course toward marketing, advertising, and whatever career path they choose. So that's really why I do it. And I enjoy doing that. I enjoy the interaction with the students. Love the feedback. Certainly, advertising and marketing, branding is changing every day, especially with AI. So that's a challenge to keep up with, but it's fun. So that's why I teach, to give back and mentor others. I think the one thing about branding that I've learned through my career, and I interject this into the course, is most people think of branding as kind of a tacked on at the very end of the marketing process, and actually should be the very start. And for startup companies, it should be the very first thing you do. So the way I teach this in the branding course, even though we get into the positioning a little bit deeper into the course, I paraphrase that up front by saying that, this is the most important thing you're going to do as a company, is develop a brand. Because everything that you do as a company, an organization, is to deliver that brand. From personnel to systems to processes to operations to financials, everything needs to deliver the brand. And so having a lot of real world experience, personal experience, starting my own business, running others, working with entrepreneurs, working with Fortune 100, I see firsthand how important that is. So I use examples from my career, my consulting business. For instance, right now, one company I'm working with has gone from a startup to a $7 million company in 2 years, and become one of the largest licensed drinkware companies in the world. And so I can kind of use that real world experience of how I'm developing that brand has helped propel them ahead. So I bring contemporary results and experience into my branding class, as well as historical things I've leveraged. Interesting. My kids have inspired me the most. I think, as a parent, we look back and we kind of reflect on some things, lessons learned that perhaps we wish we would have learned earlier. But I think I look at my kids and how perseverant they are, how resilient they are, how smart they are. And they really inspire me every day, not just be a better parent, but be a better person. So my kids, I've really learned the most, which is, they would probably say the same thing, maybe, hopefully, but I've learned the most from my kids of anything consistently throughout the course of my career and the course of my life. I think also it's kind of a group of things. I have found sometimes the best inspiration is by learning from people what not to do, as opposed to what to do. Again, I kind of draw my music experience, because the only way you improve in music is to make mistakes, right, as feedback. And so I've noticed that over the course of my career, some of the people, frankly, I didn't really respect career-wise, I learned the most from, because I realized what they're doing was the wrong way to do it. So it's kind of a backwards way of looking at it, but that's what I've noticed sometimes, is sometimes the smartest people in the room aren't, and you can learn a lot from that by being humble and always striving to learn new things. And that's why I like teaching, because everyone that's in this graduate program, undergrad, they're striving to learn and grow. And, I've been doing that for a long time. And I think once you stop doing that, you kind of die on the vine. So that's why teaching satisfies my soul, and people are so enthusiastic. And frankly, I think you guys have done a really good job, Chad, at West Virginia. Um, I mean, the depth and breadth of the courses that you guys offer is pretty stellar. I've taught at Cal Poly, I've taught at a small Christian school here in Sacramento, and I've lectured at a lot of universities, and really, really good program. Very, very impressed with the students, very, very impressed with the depth and breadth of the program. So for the students listening to this, you are truly one of the top-notch programs. That's going to give you a wealth of experience to leverage into whatever you want to do. And it's an honor to teach with West Virginia. I really enjoy it.